Dispensing propane for mowers. Propane lawnmowers offer many benefits to professional landscape contractors, including reduced costs, lower emissions, and long run times between fills. Refueling propane equipment is an easy and safe process if you follow the proper procedures. In order to ensure your safety and the safety of your coworkers when dispensing propane, you should know about the fuel, equipment, regulations, and processes that are involved in refueling propane mowers. This module gives you the basic information needed to fill propane mower cylinders. However, before you begin the filling process, you need to make sure that you view the first 4 modules of this program. These 4 modules will provide you a better understanding of how to safely handle and transfer liquid propane, provide you information about the dispensing equipment, various cylinder components, required cylinder markings, pre-filled visual inspection, and requalification requirements, purging cylinders, as well as labeling, loading, and transporting cylinders. You have not completed the necessary training to fill propane mower cylinders unless you complete modules 1 through 4 first. If you refuel propane mowers, there are several responsibilities that come with the job. They include understanding the routine inspections, operation, and regulations that apply to the dispensing equipment, making sure that the correct type of cylinder is being used on the mower, inspecting cylinders to ensure that they are safe for filling, filling cylinders to their proper levels and preventing containers from being overfilled, maintaining the security of the propane dispenser and transfer area by confining or restricting ignition sources and preventing tampering or the release of propane, shutting down and securing the dispenser in the event of an emergency. Whether you have an on-site propane refueling station or are simply exchanging cylinders, this video will provide you with the necessary information needed to safely refuel your mower. Propane cylinders. There are 2 types of propane cylinders that are used on mowers. The most common are cylinders that use a left-hand thread and have a vapor service valve, commonly referred to as outdoor power equipment or mower cylinders. These have a colored, usually green, collar and were designed specifically for mower applications. Some mowers are designed to use forklift cylinders, which have a right-hand thread and have a liquid service valve. The different threads prevent users from installing the wrong type of cylinder on the mower. If you're not sure which type of cylinder your mower requires, please consult with your equipment manufacturer or dealer. Do not attempt to modify, convert, or otherwise tamper with the valves on the cylinder or mower, as they are not interchangeable. Both types of propane cylinders have common valves and gauges. These may include pressure relief valve, filler valve, fixed maximum liquid level gauge, fuel gauge, liquid or vapor service valve. The pressure relief valve provides overpressure protection to the cylinder. If the pressure inside the container becomes too high, the relief valve releases vapor and reduces the pressure to a safe level. It should be kept clean, unrestricted, and set to the 12 o'clock position when the cylinder is mounted horizontally, whether on a mower or in a storage rack. A rain cap or dust cap must also be in place. Most cylinders have a filler valve. The valve has an internal check valve that prevents fuel from leaving the cylinder. The filler valve should be covered with a plastic cap. Some filler valves may contain an overfill prevention device, or OPD. The fixed maximum liquid level gauge indicates when the maximum permitted filling level has been reached in the cylinder. When the level of liquid propane reaches the tube opening, the liquid propane emits out of the vent valve, signaling the operator to stop filling. Cylinders may also have a fuel gauge that shows the approximate fuel level. More specific cylinders with a left-hand thread have a vapor service valve. Forklift cylinders with a right-hand thread have a liquid service valve. Each valve has an internal check valve to prevent fuel from leaving the cylinder. When the cylinder is in use, the valve must be open completely. Liquid and vapor service valves are equipped with a male quick disconnect coupling, which acts as an added check valve. A hose that is part of the carburation system is equipped with the female portion of the coupling. Both the male and female halves are equipped with 100% shutoffs. When coupled together, they open and allow gas to flow. If the liquid service valve is turned on without being connected to the female portion, no gas can escape because the coupler has two seals, an O-ring and a flat washer. Both the washer and the O-ring should be replaced if they show signs of wear, abuse, or leakage. Filling mower cylinders. Before filling a cylinder, make sure you are aware of the following information regarding safety and handling procedures, and be sure to check with your supervisor for any exceptions. Know your facility's fire prevention and emergency evacuation plans, including where and how to operate emergency shutdown and pump controls. Please note that there are different types of emergency shutdown systems. Be sure you know how to operate the emergency shutdown system at your facility. Locate the nearest fire extinguishers and make sure they are in proper working condition. Know how to use the fire extinguishers according to your company policies. Only use fire extinguishers to create an escape route, not to fight a propane fire. The only safe way to extinguish a propane fire is by stopping the flow of propane. Ensure there are no ignition sources within 25 feet of the filling area, or metalworking operations including grinding, oxygen fuel gas cutting, brazing, soldering, or welding within 35 feet. Pre-filling procedures. Before starting the cylinder filling operation, follow these steps to ensure the safety of you and your fellow employees. Do not allow unauthorized people in the filling area. Open the secured filling area and inspect the cylinder filling station equipment. Open the appropriate liquid outlet and bypass return valves on the storage tank. Remove the hose from its secure storage location. If the location isn't weather protected, remove the dust cap or plug from the hose filling adapter. Verify the cylinder you are preparing to fill is a propane cylinder by reviewing the cylinder design code specification markings on the cylinder. Verify the cylinder is not out of date by checking the date code on the cylinder. Inspect the cylinder to be sure it's not damaged or leaking and is safe to fill. If the cylinder is new and has not been vacuum purged, or is a cylinder that has been open to the atmosphere, it will need to be properly purged before filling. If you find any defects that would prevent you from filling a cylinder, it should be marked and set aside in a designated safe area. Contact your propane supplier for assistance. Remember that a trained operator must be present during the entire filling procedure. There are two ways to fill a mower cylinder. They can be filled by weight, using an accurate and approved method, or they can be filled by volume, using the fixed maximum liquid level gauge. All cylinders must be filled outdoors or in an approved filling area. Whether filling by weight or volume, the following steps should be taken before you fill or exchange your cylinder. Park the mower and turn off the engine. Set the parking brake. Touch a grounded object to control static electricity. Put on appropriate personal protective equipment. Close the service valve. Unscrew the service line fitting. If you have a left-hand thread, loosen to the right. If it's a right-hand thread, loosen to the left. Remove cylinder from the mower and set upright on level ground. Inspect cylinder and valves for leaks, wear, and damage. Make sure all cylinder valves are closed. Filling by weight. When filling mower cylinders by weight, it's important to note that the steps involved may vary depending on the type of equipment installed at the facility. Always consult your supervisor for more information. Before beginning the filling process, make sure the platform scale is clear of all debris and obstructions. In addition, platform scales require periodic maintenance and should be checked for accuracy. To fill cylinders by weight, follow these steps to determine the total filled weight of a cylinder. Check the water capacity and tare weight stamped on the cylinder or its protective collar. Determine propane capacity by using the following formula: water capacity in pounds times 0.42 equals propane capacity in pounds. Add the tare weight and propane capacity together to determine the total filled weight of the cylinder. Next, add the hose and fitting weight to the total filled weight of the cylinder. This is the scale set point. Set the platform scale to the set point. Make sure the scale is level and no obstructions interfere with proper operation. Always be present and pay close attention during the entire filling operation. Place the cylinder on the scale. Select the proper hose and adapter to fit the cylinder valve. Remove the protective cap or plug from the valve. Connect the dispensing hose by rotating the filler nozzle clockwise until it is firmly attached to the filler valve. Start the pump. Slowly open the filler nozzle or hose end valve. When target weight is reached, close the filler nozzle or hose end valve. Shut off the pump. Loosen the connection and wait for any trapped liquid to bleed off. When all trapped liquid has been vented, disconnect the fill nozzle or hose end fitting. Verify the filled weight. Reinstall appropriate valve caps and plugs. Replace any caps and plugs that are missing. Apply any required DOT and/or OSHA labels and a cylinder warning label if the manufacturer's label is not legible or you removed a paper or plastic sleeve. Filling by volume. Before filling cylinders by volume, open and close the vent valve on the fixed maximum liquid level gauge to be sure vapor vents. If no vapor escapes, the valve may be blocked and must be reopened before the gauge will operate properly. Do not attempt to fill a cylinder by volume if the fixed maximum liquid level gauge is damaged or inoperable. Filling by volume follows a similar procedure with a few adjustments. Remember to always be present and pay close attention during the entire filling operation. Select the proper nozzle or hose end adapter to fit the filler valve or service valve. Remove the protective cap or plug from the valve. Connect the cylinder. Open the vent valve on the fixed maximum liquid level gauge. If a white mist appears when the gauge is opened, stop. The cylinder is already full. Start the pump. If through a filler valve, slowly open the filler nozzle or hose end valve. If through a service valve, open the filler nozzle or hose end valve and then slowly open the cylinder service valve. When a white mist begins to escape from the fixed maximum liquid level gauge, immediately close the hose end valve. Close the vent valve on the fixed maximum liquid level gauge. Failure to shut off the propane promptly will result in an overfilled cylinder. Overfilling a cylinder can create a hazardous condition. Shut off the pump. Make sure the cylinder service valve is closed. Loosen the connection and wait for any trapped liquid to bleed off. When all trapped liquid has been vented, disconnect the filler nozzle or hose end fitting. Reinstall appropriate valve caps and plugs. Replace any caps and plugs that are missing. Apply any required DOT and/or OSHA labels and a cylinder warning label if the manufacturer's label is not legible or you removed a paper or plastic sleeve. Post-filling procedures. After the cylinder filling operation has been completed or any time the filling station is unattended, close the valves at the storage tank. Store the hose on a rack inside a fence-protected area, inside the dispenser cabinet, or secured to a supporting structure inside the filling room. If the location isn't weather-protected, install a dust cap or plug into the hose filling adapter. Secure the installation against tampering or unauthorized use. Cylinder exchange. When exchanging a mower cylinder, the following steps should be taken as you bring your mower to the protective storage cage. Park the mower and turn off the engine. Set the parking brake. Touch a grounded object to control static electricity. Put on appropriate personal protective equipment. Close the service valve. Unscrew the service line fitting. If you have a left-hand thread, loosen to the right. If it's a right-hand thread, loosen to the left. Remove cylinder from the mower and store in a designated safe area. Select a full cylinder. Inspect cylinder and valves for leaks, wear, and damage. Make sure all cylinder valves are closed. Placing cylinders onto mowers. If the cylinder is installed horizontally, position the cylinder securely using the alignment pin on the saddle that matches the hole in the collar of the cylinder. Secure the hold-down straps properly. Make sure the pressure relief valve is set to the 12 o'clock position. In some instances, alignment pins may be missing or have broken off. If your mower has a missing or broken pin, it should be replaced immediately because it can cause a serious safety problem. If the cylinder is installed vertically, simply position the cylinder securely in the cradle and secure the hold-down straps properly. Make sure the service valve is closed before connecting the fuel line. Reconnect the fuel line and slowly open the service valve. Check the cylinder and its valves for leaks with a non-corrosive leak detector solution, inspecting the gaskets and O-rings in the filler valve and service valve connector for defects or leaks. If a leak is found, close the service valve immediately and notify your supervisor. If no leaks are found, start the mower and you are ready to go. Refueling propane lawn mowers is an efficient and easy process when performed safely. Remember to always properly refuel your mower and do not take shortcuts. Your safety and the safety of your coworkers depend on it.